So far, so good.
Coming up in 10.
Tonight on Strip Down, Jay Sempko, Josh Palmer,
What are you doing?
Teresa Sokerka.
You, me, Robert Palmer.
Are we still on the air? You are watching Stripped Down, Saskatchewan's only 1-hour local music showcase, the award-winning show that brings the venue to you in the comfort of your own living room. I'm your host, Curtis Anderson, and I want to say a quick hello to everyone watching across Saskatchewan on the Shaw and Access communication stations. Tonight we present a very special young lady. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Farideh.
So you can watch me walk through, open the gates, take back my clothes, say goodbye to my soulmate, and those 90 days in the prison of our love. Those 90 days in the prison of our love.
Farideh in the Shaw TV studios tonight. You're watching Strip Down. Happy to be back acoustic. Happy to be back on the couches. It's like the show is getting back to what it used to be, Farideh.
Back to its roots.
Back to its roots, indeed. You gave me a little bit of a heart attack there, too. The music stopped suddenly. And just as you did that, I was thinking, you know, we haven't had someone break a string on Strip Down in a long time. Also, the music stopped. But that was part of the song. That was part of the song. Took me a couple seconds.
Trying to give you a heart attack.
You did not come alone tonight. Tell me about the gentleman you brought tonight. Julian LePage. I'm not even going to try with the accent.
This is Julie LePage.
Julian LePage,
He's a busy man.
Yeah.
He's does a lot of stuff, but he plays drums for me when his schedule fits.
Okay, so is this kind of a regular thing?
Yeah, it's starting to be.
Yeah,
I've always
for
really
sure.
enjoyed. Julian was in Sexually Attracted to Fire for a long time, and his drumming made me care about drumming, and so I was really excited when he got on board with me.
I try not to research too much. So is this part of a Farideh band, or is this like a Farideh duo? Did you leave some members at home, or is this what it is? You
I
and him
lived.
playing.
Be honest.
I'm pretty much a soloist,
Okay.
so I like kind of move around, and so you just kind of swap people.
Ah,
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Julian's
kind of-
interchangeable.
Yes.
Welcome to Strip
I'm the
Down.
flavor of the season, ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome to Strip Down,
Yeah.
Julian. So what's it like playing alongside Farideh?
I've always looked up to Farideh's music and her style in composition, and it's really great. I love playing with her, and I'm really getting a chance to play with her dad too, and he's a great musician, and I can see the trickle down effect onto the family genes, and it's just been so far so good.
We are talking about Farideh mostly tonight, but this is an interesting point you brought up, that you were a former member of Sexually Attracted to Fire. 2 weeks ago, we had the 7 Levels on.
Oh, yeah.
Another former member of
Steven
Sexually Attracted to
Myers.
Fire. What happened to that band? That was one of like Saskatoon's top kind of.
I think it's just a hiatus, and it's just kind of different goals, and I think that's part of being a musician, is finding that goal and finding that channel where you can find that music and that composition and that art in what you do. And I think that's what happened with Sexually Attracted to Fire. So
Nice. Let's throw the website up there right now, because I want to get this over and done with too. There's a little bit of confusion before too. Farideh.ca.
Yeah.
There it is. Farideh.ca.
Yeah, the
Farideh.
spelling's a little bit difficult, so it's good to get that.
Farideh.com. Not you.
Not me.
No, that's the like Persian recording artist.
Yes,
See,
yes.
I started researching her today, and then I was like, no, that's probably
sound
not.
right. She doesn't
She's a
sound like
singer, a
she's-
nurse, a psychologist, real estate agent, mortgage specialist, and believe it or not, a first sergeant. I was like,
First
wow.
sergeant. Wow.
Farideh from
Farideh's just-
Saskatoon. Then
yeah.
that didn't look anything like you when I went to the photos.
Yeah, and she's like
Not at all.
45 years old. Yeah.
Yeah, and
not
she was
that
trained at the New
accomplished.
York Military Academy and graduated as a first sergeant.
Wow.
So can I salute you anyways? Because that's how I was going to start.
Sure.
But it doesn't make any sense now.
No.
But all right.
Sweet. That was
Farideh,
excellent.
2009. Latest outing, October, right? Came out in winter. Your last
Yep.
disc.
Yep.
You did back-to-back shows at the Refinery. Am I correct?
That's correct. Look at how beautiful it is, that pink thing.
That is there. Oh, got rid of the glare. So take us back. Last disc.
What would you like to know about it?
I'd like to know everything about it. Start with the cover art.
The cover art's by a Saskatoon artist named Sky Glabish. He actually lives in Ontario now, and I just kind of saw that and was like, yes, my music is about a caribou with a tree on its head. That's perfect, and now I'll make it hot pink. So, yeah, that's the image there.
All right.
And
Are you still riding the success of this album, or are you starting to work on new material? What are we going to hear tonight? That's my segueing question.
okay, you're gonna hear the songs off this album. I don't
Okay.
think I'm writing any success just yet, though.
Okay. Oh, come on. Who knows where Strip Down will take you,
Who
Farideh?
knows? But yeah, the songs will be from this album. I might do one from my previous album before that, but
Absolutely. How many albums do you have out so far?
just 2.
Just 2. Okay. Let's talk about the first song you kicked the night off with. Mm-hmm. What was it called?
It's called Prison of Our Love. You know, it's about
Love is a Prison.
Oh yeah. Well, it actually comes from this saying that marriage is a fortress of well-being, and I had a friend who said that a fortress and a prison can look the same from far away, and so that's why you have to get to know somebody, right? Is to know whether like a lasting relationship with them will feel like a prison, or if it will be a fortress of well-being, and so. This song's about discovering that this person's no fortress; they are a prison for sure.
Is working with Julian a fortress of well-being?
Sure.
Or is it a prison?
Oh, well, of course it's a fortress of
I think you
well-being.
should ask me the question.
Okay. Well, that's where I was going next.
Yeah, no.
I'm
it's-
guessing she's a fortress.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Lots of great labyrinths and
Labyrinth.
yes, and like large structures and lots of interesting things.
We're using a lot of big words. I'm afraid. I fear the stripped down audience is lost. We might have to These two-syllable words and under. I'm just joking.
No.
Just joking. Okay, so we're going to be mainly focusing on this tonight, which is good, because I haven't heard it yet. You just unwrapped it for me,
It's true.
which is awesome, because I will take it home and listen to. But anyways, I want to get to some more music. I want to hear it live first.
Yes.
So what is up next, Farideh?
We're gonna do Heart of a Man.
Okay.
Yes, and if you go to Farideh.ca, you
Not
can...
Farideh.com.
Not Farideh.com. There's a music video that I did with a local artist here in town named Paul Clint Penko from PCP Productions. And actually, Julian is also in that music video.
Huh.
You can see him in all sorts of places.
Yeah.
Elevators, tubs.
Tubs.
Yeah.
Take it away.
Streets.
I come from a land of ice and snow. 8 months of the year, nothing grows. Fields are white and cities so clean. Polar diamonds as far as you can see. Take a deep breath and choke on the sting. Your skin suffers the loss of feeling. Step back inside, feel the pain in your eyes. Every day you despise, 'cause it's one dark night. You put on 2 pairs of socks. You layer your coat, your scarves, and your gloves. This heartland, it's like the heart of a man. You never get used to it. No, you never get used to it. Wake up in the morning to midnight. Come home from work by moonlight. And everyone's so tired, can't get enough sleep. Don't you look at the sky, you only see it. You put on 2 pairs of socks. You layer your coat, your scarves, and your gloves. This heartland, it's like the heart of a man. You never get used to it. No, you never get used to it. Put on 2 pairs of socks. You layer your coat, your scarves, and your gloves. This heartland, it's like the heart of a man. The summer never lasts, and the cold, never get used to it.
Farideh in the Shaw TV studio tonight alongside Julian LePage.
Yes.
You guys enjoying yourselves?
Oh,
You having
man.
fun being stripped down, as it were, so far?
It's pretty stripped. It's I'm feeling it right now. It's pretty good though.
Good, good. So that was Heart of a Man,
That's correct.
track 1 off the disc that came out in October.
That's correct.
Talk about the feedback of this disc so far. People are liking
feedback.
it.
Yeah, people are liking it. I mean, people are kind of used to hearing me either just like
So
either solo or with maybe a
hand drums.
hand.
Hand drum.
I don't do hand drums. I hate the
No.
djembe.
Yeah.
I don't. You know, the trouble with being a female singer-songwriter is as soon as you get up there with a guitar, they assume you're going to talk about like peace, love, and you're a giant hippie who eats granola.
And you're okay.
And I'm so you have to kind of like overcome that first. And so that's why I stay away from djembes, because people will be like, "Whoa, I don't want to hold hands and sing Kumbaya." So
I'm not gonna lie, you're blowing my mind right now. I'm gonna This episode has taken a harsh left, and I'm very excited. I think we should actually take our first commercial break and come back. It's going to be a brand new interview style
okay.
with Farideh and Julian LePage. We got lots more stripped down. We got to take our first commercial break. All right, let's write some new questions, Curtis.
We're not singing.
No.
Don't go anywhere. More stripped down after this.
You've seen a Canadian $1 coin, so you're probably familiar with the common loon. It's no surprise that this water bird represents our country. Have you ever sat by a lake and listened to the loon's haunting calls? You probably wonder what all the noise is about. Its calls can mean anything from, "I'm over here," to "stay away." Humans enjoy Canadian lakes just as much as loons do. But if we're not careful, the wake from our boats can destroy their nests. And lead sinkers and jigs can poison and kill loons if they swallow them. So here's how you can help. Keep boats away from nesting areas and swimming birds, especially ones with chicks too young to dive or fly away. And if you're fishing, use non-lead sinkers and jigs so you won't harm the loons. And that's just a start. If you go to hww.ca, you can learn more about loons and find ideas on how to help protect Canada's wildlife. That's hww.ca.
Mother's Music provides a wide range of instruments. 617 8th Street East, Saskatoon. Operating for 17 years with music lessons, equipment sales, and rentals. Mother's Music, www.mothersmusic.com. Ultimo Euromoda Men's Clothing Store. Denim, footwear, leather jackets, sportswear. 204 3rd Avenue South, Saskatoon. Call 664-6640.
Passing gas can be deadly.
Whoa. Oh, something's funky.
Passing gas releases a plume of toxic vapors
Oh, honey, not in the car.
like ammonia and hydrogen cyanide. And lethal poisons that can linger even when windows are open. Kids shouldn't be exposed to secondhand smoke. Don't pass gas, take it outside.
Stripped down Farideh and Julian LePage in the Shaw TV studios tonight, and right before commercial break, my mind was blown by Farideh. Okay, kind of went on a little bit. I wouldn't call it a tirade. I wouldn't really call it a rant, but you brought up a good point. Anytime you're a solo female singer-songwriter with an acoustic guitar, people assume you're kind of Jewel.
Yeah, or like not as good. I mean, it can even be worse than that. Like,
Wow.
I mean, she's
No,
got
keep
some good
swinging.
hits or
Keep
whatever.
swinging.
Yeah,
Keep
she's
swinging.
got some hits, but no, everybody just assumes you.
So you're like Saskatoon's kind of anti-Jewel. You're not
Oh,
the...
I think there's generally like lots of them. I mean, I think there's just an assumption.
Not many come on Strip Down and say that they're, against the whole hippie lifestyle, as it were.
Well, my name is Farideh, so it's quite obvious I was raised by hippies, and so like I grew up around hippies, and I love the hippie lifestyle. But generally, I mean,
Is hippie a politically correct term?
yeah,
okay.
absolutely. I think lots of people are like, yes, I love vegan food, and I believe in hugging on a regular basis. That's those are other people's.
You like
lifestyles.
steak and anger.
Yeah.
You Like steak and aggression.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm totally against poultry, but I mean, I don't even go that far into the hippie lifestyle.
Jump in here.
I have
Offer
no
something.
idea what to say, like chicken and beef, and I'm just hungry.
Yeah. So you feel like you're kind of fighting the stereotype a little.
Well, I hadn't really thought about it a lot until I actually took like a women and gender studies class. And, when you're in music in a creative world, you kind of just assume that something like sexism doesn't exist in that kind of creative world because you work with musicians who, maybe they wear, purple dresses or whatever. And so you don't really bring that idea of sexism home until you start thinking, right, people do assume I suck and that I'm a female guitar because I'm a female. I mean, maybe people assume guys suck when they get on stage, but usually it's when they hear them they know they suck. But not all bands, of course. Wow,
Should we roll credits? I've never.
People on your show obviously have to be good enough to play 6 songs. So
This is like a segue brick wall, so we're just gonna go into music. I'm gonna straighten this out. You've hit me with a lot of information in the last 5 minutes, Farideh.
Okay, sorry.
Song number 3.
Yeah, we'll do something positive.
Well, no, that was positive. That was just that was a first on Stripped Down. Okay, what are you hitting us with now?
I'm gonna sing "My King, My Beloved," which is a nice, loving song.
Also off Symphony of Chemistry.
Yeah. People often assume it's my religious song, but it's not. But if somebody likes Christian ballads and would like to purchase the song, it's for sale for sure.
I was right about you. Everything I thought at first turned out to be true. And all the signs opened doors and confirmed my suspicions more and more. So my king and my beloved, my chorus line, my symphony of chemistry, my perfect rhyme, my lover, my laughter, my diamond mind, my rebel, my rapture, my unwearing wine. You are a vision of calm, you are still, there's never wonderful. You lead into me and to you. What I know now is I was right about you. So my king and my beloved, my chorus line, my symphony of chemistry, my perfect rhyme, my lover, my laughter, my diamond mind, my rebel, my rapture, my unwearing wine. And when I'm needing you,
You're watching Stripped Down. Farideh in the Shaw TV studios tonight, along with Julian LePage, and I was stuck. My microphone was stuck on the ladder. We're back in. Okay. I stopped by the control room while you were singing, and they pointed out that Barry from Ultimo Yermona gave me a shirt today. It said, "Making love."
No.
Which is pretty hippie-ish.
It is.
So if you want to scrap, just let me know. I'll back off, okay?
I mean, I'm still about,
I'm joking.
I'm anti-war as well.
I'm joking. Yes. Okay. So yeah, that was your religious song, but I don't think I want to talk religion with you.
Yeah. No, that's probably best.
Yeah. Okay. What was that song about then?
Well, it was about my partner at the time, and I was actually in Africa at the time, and I hadn't written a song in a long time. And I'd never written a song about him. I find when I'm in relationships, I have a hard time writing songs, so that was one of the first songs that came back, and I was really happy with it.
Let's go back in time. First album, 2003?
Yes.
Tell me about that.
It was called Seasons of Loving, and it's pretty stripped down, as we say. Like
Plug.
it's pretty just it's pretty just guitar, vocals, some drums, some bass, and I did the whole album myself, did all the work on it, did all the promotion, and so afterwards, sometimes having an album is a lot like maybe giving birth or something, and that afterwards you're thinking, what on earth was I thinking? And so I had to take about a 4-year break from music, and then I realized.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Do you have a different music analogy, Julian? Is it like giving birth?
I don't know. I thought it was just, maybe it is from giving birth, but I'm a man and it's not as painful, maybe? I don't know. But
You're just holding hands.
Yeah, well,
that's your musical contribution.
Holding hands and maybe getting a cramp in the leg here and there, you know. But I'm proud of my baby, maybe. Huh?
Yeah. Well, I mean, in your experience with previous bands, I mean, sometimes when you do an album, like it can break up a band, or they can just go through serious fire, and sometimes that baby is stillborn and that album doesn't finish.
That's true.
You know.
Wow.
And maybe sometimes you're attracted to the said fire.
It's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sexually.
That's true.
Which sometimes makes babies. Oh, I'm getting a nosebleed
we don't
tonight.
Even want to go there.
Okay. Yeah, there's a good 4 to 5 years off in between albums.
Yeah.
A lot of quote self-discovery. So what was going on?
Well, you know, I grew up in a musical family, and I always knew what I wanted to do. And after doing the album and just, you know, putting my entire life force into it, I just thought, I'm not sure if this is me. I'm not sure if this is what I want. So I did some traveling, been to Africa and Israel and South America, and I essentially lived like a normal person, and, you know, got a job and had a partner and tried to pay debt or amount more debt, or, you know. And in the end, I just decided that for me, music is an outlet I'm incredibly emotional, and so I just kind of feed it through music, and it's a really safe way to just express even the smallest emotion. And so I found living a life without music was just too shallow for myself. You know. Yeah.
Jump in again.
For sure. I don't know. For myself, I never really went through that period of hiatus, but I think definitely without music, music gives you purpose and gives you a reason to pick up the sticks and lay down a good groove, you know, and it brings people together and it breaks people apart too, you know. But I think it's a really good representation of what life is all about for myself, anyway. So.
You know, that was a good segue. Let's get to another song.
Nice segue.
See? There you go. We're bringing the segues back.
Yeah.
Strip Down is all about segues. Next song.
I'm going to play She. It's slow. It's sad.
And it's now.
And it's now. It's just so now.
When he opens his eyes, when he closes them at night, on his morning drive, when he says he's fine, as he marks the time, in the moments he tries, in the moments he tries to be mine, and oh, my heart is aching wide. He has to go and take it before he had room for one more, and he when he's on stage singing, when he's holding on to me, when he's laughing with me, when he's lying next to me, oh, my heart is aching. Why you have to go and take it before and room for one more and she when he opens his eyes, she, when he closes them at night, she, but sometimes me, sometimes me.
Farideh and Julien Lepage. Was that close?
Close.
I tried
Julien
it.
Lepage.
The Lepage. It took me this long to get the courage up to try to say it with an accent.
Just call me the French guy, you know?
The French guy. Farideh and the French guy. We have to take another commercial break, but make sure you stick around because we've got lots more coming up after, including we're going to talk more hippies, of course.
Oh,
we're going to
perfect.
talk about the name Farideh, and we're going to play The 3 Degrees of Josh Palmer. That's coming up right after this next commercial break. Stick around.
Ooh. 3 Degrees of Josh Palmer.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
Stick around, more Strip Down after the break.
Do you know how many people get their water from underground? Water can come from the surface or underground. Groundwater is found in the layers of soil and rock beneath our feet in saturated areas called aquifers. This water source is collected in wells and supplies about half of North America's drinking water. The problem is, the quality and safety of this underground water is directly affected by what we do on the land above it. What can you do to keep your drinking water safe? Groundwater starts on the surface, so whatever you put on your lawn that the plants don't use can seep into the groundwater. This includes excess chemicals and fertilizers, and even oil spills, so be sure to dispose of them properly. It's our turn to take care of this planet, and I think we can do a better job. What do you think? For more information on how you can be more water aware, visit waterunderfire.ca.
Mother's Music provides a wide range of instruments. 617 8th Street East, Saskatoon. Operating for 17 years with music lessons, equipment sales, and rentals. Mother's Music, www.mothersmusic.com. Ultimo Uramoda Men's Clothing Store. Denim, footwear, leather jackets, sportswear. 204 3rd Avenue South, Saskatoon. Call 664-6640.
The monarch's return after its long winter absence in Mexico and California is a sign that the Canadian summer has also returned. But because of environmental threats like pesticides and the loss of breeding habitat, the familiar orange, black, and white of Canada's best-known butterfly may become an uncommon sight. To learn more about the monarch and discover how you can help protect Canada's wildlife, visit hww.ca.
You are watching Stripped Down. Farideh and Julian LePage in the Shaw TV studios tonight. We are halfway done, which means it's time to play. Drum roll. Drum roll. Oh. Drum roll. 3 Degrees of Josh Palmer. There it was. It was there and it was gone. So that's good. I love it. So of course this is, like the Kevin Bacon thing. How close have you guys worked with Josh Palmer? And once again, you blew my mind right before we got out of commercial break. You're like, is it just Josh Palmer or can we do 3 Degrees of the Rebellion as well? Mm-hmm. So do you work with someone from the Rebellion on a regular basis?
Actually, I've recorded with Josh quite a few times, played on stage with him, with another band that I play with, Kaylee Smith. Another plug there.
Okay.
But yeah, Josh is a great guy, amazing songwriter, and he's more than a Canadian Idol.
Nice. Josh Palmer, JP.
Actually, he did some of the recording on the album. I needed some cello and some trombone, and since the studio I worked in was out of town, I needed to get these artists from in town, so I actually used his studio, and yeah,
there it
I paid him
one,
to
one degree for both of you.
Yeah.
Let's go back and talk about hippies some more.
All
you said you grew up in like in a hippie environment. Talk Farideh. Kind of a unique name.
Okay. Yeah, it's Persian.
Yes, obviously.
Obviously, yes. It means unique.
Yeah.
Actually, my full name is Farideh Manira Olson. It's also another Persian name. And I grew up,
Where'd the Persian influence come from?
Well, both of my parents are Baha'is, which is a religion, and it's pretty small. Lots of hippies involved in that one for sure, and including myself. But I don't know.
Are you like a black sheep of the family?
No, not at all.
No, not at all.
I'm a musician. Hello, it's every hippie's dream.
Fair enough.
And I've been to Africa. I live my parents' dream.
You out-hippied them.
I out-hippied them. Not really. No. They definitely out-hippied me. I mean, just growing up, I had to limit my Barbies, because, sexism and, didn't really want to encourage that. That was my father's doing. He did not want me to have Barbies.
Really? What's wrong with Barbies?
The 7-foot-tall woman without the ability to
They're not 7 feet tall. They're like this.
I know, but if she was a real woman, she is 7 feet tall, and she points her feet, and she's all weird looking.
Okay.
Anyway,
what would G.I. Joes be if we scaled them to human beings,
they'd
Julian?
be like green, mean machines.
They would be. Would they be bigger than your average man or smaller? This is the most thought-provoking strip down we've ever done.
Yes.
I think there's actually how Julie and I met is in this class, and we talked about G.I. Joes, of how over the last 20 years they've really changed. Mm-hmm. And it used to be they used to have what would be equivalent of a 12-inch bicep. Yeah. Over time, they've made it to 26-inch biceps if he was a real man. It's bigger than their heads.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Well, that's pretty realistic.
Yeah. And that's what little boys have to look up to.
Yeah, no. I mean, when you were growing up, you just had those 12-inch biceps to compete with, but now your son, he's going to have the 26-inch. I mean, he's going to have some real issues with his G.I. Joe.
How about Optimus Prime? How big would that guy be? That guy be big, right?
Optimus Prime is
not trying to dumb down the conversation with that. He's a truck, right?
Yeah.
Right? Guys? Truck? Let's get to more music. This is golden. What's up next, Farideh?
We're going to do something called Queen of the Tide. It's a little silly.
Mm-hmm. To go along with all our toy talk?
Yeah. Exactly. Oop.
They called me down to the riverside, and they brushed my hair 100 times. They immersed my hands in diamonds, and they called me Queen of the Tide. And they said, hey mama, 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 mama. We sang, hey mama, 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 mama. We sang, hey mama, 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 mama. Hey mama, 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 mama. Hey mama, 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 mama. Well, I felt the moon pull on my blood, and I ebbed and flowed in tandem, and my voices sang like the rain, and the sound became a flood. And we sang, hey mama, 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 mama. We sang, hey, mama, 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 mama. We sang, hey, mama, 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 hey, mama, 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 hey, mama, 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 mama. Well, I felt the waves move left to right, and the water became my hips and thighs, and the crown of my head, the tiny droplets pronounce me queen of time. Then I rain, then I rain, then I rain, then I rain, then I rain. When they brought us back to shore, we sang once more. We sang, hey, mama, 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 mama. We sang, hey, mama, 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 mama. We sang, hey, mama, 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 hey, mama, 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 hey, mama, 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 mama.
Farideh singing a quote silly song.
Quote silly song.
Explain this quote silly song to me. That was fun. I was dancing. You couldn't see me, but trust me, I was dancing.
You were
I saw
dancing?
I was dancing, yeah.
On the inside, anyway.
Julian
at least.
busted me. No, I was dancing on the
Yeah,
outside.
for sure. He was
Sweet.
doing
Yeah.
the finger dance.
I was measuring my biceps and imagining if I was a G.I. Joe.
Nice, nice.
Yes.
This song, sometimes you have to look beyond love for inspiration. And I thought, like, what about like all those Elton John and Beatles songs? They all wrote these songs when they were high and they're like kind of crazy. And I was like, well, I don't do drugs, but maybe I could just pretend. And so I wrote this song. And,
So you pretended you were high and wrote some music.
yeah,
Okay.
well, I thought like, okay, well, you just like write a song that doesn't really make sense, and you like, okay, so like you're about the moon and some water, and like some people, they brush your hair 1,000 times, and you put your hands in diamonds, and.
So how did you pitch that song to Julian? You're like, all right, I need some drums to this song. It's about.
Well, I didn't have to pitch it. I just like,
you're
okay,
just like, play.
Here's the song.
Yeah.
Play, demon.
It's usually how it happens.
Yeah.
I don't even listen to the words to
Yeah,
tell
it's
you the
true.
truth. So
Well, that's
And
cool.
then, yeah.
Nice. Is it?
go ahead.
What was the writing process like for that? Just really freeing, really fun. You looked past love, as you said.
Yeah, well, it's pretty. I mean, sometimes when you write songs, like a couple lines will come to you really quickly,
Yep.
and then you work with that, and then there's like this acting exercise where you like do double ubba, double ubba, double ubba, double ubba, double ubba, double ubba, and you do that to like for your voice, and then I was like mama 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 mama, and I can do that pretty fast, and I was like, all right, mama 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 mama,
Faster.
faster.
Sometimes I play that song really fast just to see how she can.
You speed up. You up the tempo.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Actually,
Good.
it's my excuse.
Oh yeah.
I just wanted to see how fast he could go. Really.
But really, you just can't keep time. Hey, I used to drum. I was the worst drummer in the world.
Oh,
It's
really?
true. I couldn't keep
At
time.
least you're honest. There's
Those
a
who
lot of
can't
people
drum
out there
host.
that are in denial.
Exactly. It's funny because every single band that comes on here is like, so you must play in a band, and I'm like, no, I really don't.
I just have the long hair.
I couldn't. Yes, thank you. Fan of the long hair? Yes, no?
Yeah, no, I think it works.
Thank you.
I think you've
There.
got a strong chin to be able to carry that off.
I've been told that often. There, public service announcement. My hair is actually acceptable.
Oh, congratulations! You don't have to wear a hairnet for it.
No, a lot of people like to rib me, as it were,
Oh.
about the hair. Okay. Where
Where
can
do
we
we
go,
go from
Farrah?
here?
We were talking about action figures before, and as you were singing that song, I was thinking they should make a hippie action figure.
What?
You know, they should.
Like a hippie action figure? Well,
Yeah,
I'm sure. Like,
well,
there's
you know,
got to be
that-
some characters that were hippies and like.
Well, you were talking about how Barbies, if had they been real women, they'd be 7 feet tall and like plastic or whatever.
Yeah.
GI Joes would be impossible as well. So,
Yeah.
what if the three of us sat
So you
down
would-
and
so
got
you would
like a
like to-
mold, make a hippie action figure?
Well,
That
for
when you expanded
$500
it, they would be a regular person.
For $500, we could get an action figure of you.
Just for 500?
It's just $500. You can get.
do you know this?
can even. Okay, so I have a strange affinity for action figures. No, actually, I just read this article once about how you could like actually even like maybe bring in like. If you love plaid, I could take like some of your fabric from your plaid jacket and some jean material and be like, okay, so this guy, he's got long hair. We send him your photo. We send him your like clothes you love to wear, and they will like make you a action figure that is like the first one costs $500, but then you have a mold from which to make a whole set.
And then you
make-
stick And then you stick pins in it, right? And then
No,
I
I'm
get a
just saying,
headache.
like,
Is that what you do
this
with
could
it?
be like marketing for Strip Down. Everybody could have their own like little Curtis
The
Anderson.
whole crew?
Yeah.
That'd be good. It'd be great for wide shots.
Oh yeah.
Because they'd be like, is that real or is that the toys? I don't know.
I don't know. It could be
Okay, and
replacement.
don't say guitar and don't say drums really quickly. Should you become action figures or make action figures of yourselves, what accessory would you have? And don't say drum, don't say...
A cape.
A cape?
Nice.
You gotta have a cape.
Do you wear a cape in your regular life? Oh, okay. Just
I'm a superhero at night.
a cape.
Yeah.
Wow, an accessory.
And not a guitar. And not a van. And not granola.
Could I have a small dog? I love small dogs.
You'd be Paris Hilton.
Yeah, like,
Ouch.
but like a pug. Like I love those dogs. Like they've been smashed in the face.
Well
So
done.
dumb. Yeah.
All right.
A small dog.
Let's get to more music, Farideh.
Sounds good.
After that. Beautiful interlude there. Okay. Small dog it is. What's next, Farideh?
This song's called Edgecliff Station. And I wrote it while I was, no, I didn't write it while I was in Australia. I wrote it when I came back, about being in Australia.
Johnny, I got laid off today. And like everybody else, I've got bills to pay. So I doubt that I'll be seeing you this spring. But I won't stop trying. No, I won't stop trying. We're saving my money up for school. And now times are tight, I'll be putting it all to. And my mama's sick and my boyfriend is a child. And I haven't felt so sorry for myself in a while. 'Cause I've been thinking about 2 blocks down from Edgecliff Station in a loft where we slept on the floor. And I enjoyed every day, and I felt safe being poor. And I'm losing my confidence. And I'm moving back in with my parents. So I would like to be reminded of who I was when you said you are the strongest woman I've ever met. Like when we left 2 blocks down from Edgecliff Station in a loft where we slept on the floor. And I enjoyed every day, and I felt safe being poor.
Julian LePage and Farideh in the Shock TV studios tonight. You're watching Strip Down. We have to take our last commercial break. But before that, I would just like to point out that you can sit down.
Thank you.
You know, a lot of bands, when I'm lining up the bands on the phone, they were like, can we just play 17 songs and not talk? And I'm like, no, we're not shooting your set. You're on Strip Down. We play, we talk, we get to know you. We're about 50 minutes into this. I don't know you at all, Farideh. You've thrown me for so many loops. I have not been able to process
I'm sorry, I'm
anything
not
you've said.
consistent. I need to learn to be consistent.
You're consistently random. Does that make sense? You
Sure,
can quote me on
sure,
that. Consistently
absolutely.
random. I'm gonna hammer out some Farideh facts everyone needs to know before we end this. So we're gonna take our last commercial break. I'm gonna jot these down, and we'll be back with Farideh right after this. Okay. Got it.
Don't touch that dial. More stripped down after this.
Do you know how many people get their water from underground? Water can come from the surface or underground. Groundwater is found in the layers of soil and rock beneath our feet in saturated areas called aquifers. This water source is collected in wells and supplies about half of North America's drinking water. The problem is, the quality and safety of this underground water is directly affected by what we do on the land above it. What can you do to keep your drinking water safe? Groundwater starts on the surface, so whatever you put on your lawn that the plants don't use can seep into the groundwater. This includes excess chemicals and fertilizers, and even oil spills, so be sure to dispose of them properly. It's our turn to take care of this planet, and I think we can do a better job. What do you think? For more information on how you can be more water aware, visit waterunderfire.ca.
Mother's Music provides a wide range of instruments. 617 8th Street East, Saskatoon. Operating for 17 years with music lessons, equipment sales, and rentals. Mother's Music, www.mothersmusic.com. Ultimo Uramoda Men's Clothing Store. Denim, footwear, leather jackets, sportswear. 204 3rd Avenue South, Saskatoon. Call 664-6640.
The monarch's return after its long winter absence in Mexico and California is a sign that the Canadian summer has also returned. But because of environmental threats like pesticides and the loss of breeding habitat, the familiar orange, black, and white of Canada's best-known butterfly may become an uncommon sight. To learn more about the monarch and discover how you can help protect Canada's wildlife, visit hww.ca.
Ladies and gentlemen, Farideh.
And in thy word caresses on his thin mattress, our hands intertwined, his body and mine. But we couldn't sleep, so we promised each other that we'd keep the secret laid there. For we were lovers, we were lovers, we were lovers. And in the morning was coffee, breakfast and talking, and in general I wanted to go. And we skipped words, laugh and flirt, have seconds like dessert before going home. Oh, we were lovers, we were lovers, we were lovers. But now I don't know him. Now I don't hold him. Now I just hope he goes home. For my love it flows from my fingers and toes. And now he says he's so sorry. I want you to know that we were lovers, never more to each other. We were just lovers.
Farideh in the Shaw TV studio tonight alongside Julien Lepage. I tried it again.
Julien Lepage.
Lepage. Last song you played. Let's start wrapping this up. Explain that song.
That song.
That song you just finished performing.
Well,
We Were Lovers?
We Were Lovers.
That's fitting because take a wild guess who last week's guests on Strip Down were.
Oh.
The Rebellion.
You're right. No!
We Were Lovers.
We Were Lovers.
No? Is that the band?
Let's continue going like this is going well.
We Were Lovers.
We Were Lovers.
I actually saw their poster and I was thinking, there's like a literary way that you can change emphasis. Like, so We Were Lovers is different than We Were Lovers and We Were Lovers. And so I was thinking about how that'd be really interesting to change it. Not that anybody gets it but myself. And I was actually in a situation where, you're with somebody who's not really that into you. So, perfect song.
There we go.
For that kind of experience.
Before we took that last commercial break, I was saying how I didn't really get to know you during this last hour. So I made some quick Farideh fun facts. Okay, not a hippie, but sort of.
True.
Wasn't allowed to play with Barbies, but knows a lot about action figures and toys. Plays solo, but with a drummer. Uses big words like quintessential. Uses made-up words like MacGyvered. Farideh.ca, that's you with a Persian name. You're not Farideh.com. That's the Persian lady. That's a New York military graduate and real estate agent. Have we wrapped our minds around Farideh for tonight? Farideh stripped down?
At least we've,
We've tried.
We've tried. I'm a very complex individual, Curtis.
If I had $1 every time on Strip Down and looked at the camera and said, well, we tried, I wouldn't have to do Strip Down anymore. Did you have fun tonight, Farideh?
I did. I had a great time. Thanks for having us.
Julien Lepage? Yeah. Did you have fun tonight?
Yeah, of course. It was good times.
Want to plug your website real quick? Farideh.ca. What can people get off there?
Some music.
Some music?
Some videos. They can message me if they like.
They can book your show.
They can book me a show. Mm-hmm. I'll play a house concert. I won't play weddings though. I'm not very good. My songs are depressing.
All right. I always try to end with this. What are people going to get if they take in a Farideh show?
Well, they'll get to be entertained. Like, my songs are sad, but I try and keep it light. So hopefully, and $20, I'll pay them to be there.
Awesome. Wow. Well, you guys, we got to wrap it up. That's it. Thanks for watching. Thanks to tonight's crew and, of course, our sponsors, Mother's Music, Ultimo Yurimoto, and Rolco Radio for all things Strip Down. Hit start.shaw.ca, then go to Saskatoon, then go to Strip Down, or just go to myspace.com/stripdownsask for details on next week's episode, as well as pictures from every single episode past. For the last time tonight, ladies and gentlemen, Farideh.
This is for those monarch butterflies that are in the commercials. The song's called Caterpillar.
Caterpillar crawling across my floor, so many legs looking for the door. I swear I saw him last night out of comb my big blue eyes, and I'll admit he kinda grosses me out. All that hair and his funny mouth, so I pick him up, the curls in a ball, throw him out the window and I watch him fall. Oh, when he turns into a butterfly. Come visit me. Well, I've been hanging around this boy, oh, his kiss brings so much joy. Sunny sky, somebody's saying, looks at me, says, come with me. Tell him that word puts me out. He's not a cheat, he still smells. So I just say you're not ready. I watch him pout and turn away. When he turns into a butterfly and remembers the fateful night I set him free, he'll come visit me. He's my daddy on his bed, all these chemicals rushing through his head. Doctors say you gotta make a choice to hear his lungs beat before voice. Tell him that this place grosses me out. All these people with the shout, shout, shout. I watches the machines turn off his eyes, they fade to soft. Oh, so when he turns into a butterfly and remembers the fateful night I set him free, he'll come visit me.